Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. So, in this class, we are going to discuss the very important concept from the exam point of view, that is painting on different surface. So, in that, we are going for painting on new woodwork. New woodwork will. So, here, woodwork is painted to cover the inferior work inside. To cover the inferior work inside, we are going for painting. So, generally, it is done in 2 to 3 coats. As usual, the first step is preparation of the surface. Why you require preparation of the surface? For the coming coats, it should be very good quality. So whatever the wood is there, no, so it should be well seasoned and it should be free from moisture. Generally, it should be free from moisture. Whatever the dust is there and the nails are there, everything, and whatever the greasy spots are there, everything is cleaned first. Dust removing, nails removing, greasy spots is removing. So it is cleaned with muslin cloth. It is cleaned with muslin cloth. Okay, that is comes under preparation of the surface. The second point is knotting. Knotting means on the wood surface, if you have the structure like this, okay, knots. We have studied these things in first chapter, that is the defects in timber. So knotting is the process of removing the knots. Knotting is the process of removing the knots. Otherwise, what will happen? This will make a very bad appearance for the paint. Bad appearance of paint. So second step is knotting. Knotting is the process of killing the knots. Okay. Third step, that is priming. Priming means what? Applying the primer coat. After preparation of the background, after making the knotting process, the surface is rubbed with abrasive paper first, and first coat of paint is applied, which will cover all the pores. So this is called as priming. After knotting, after preparing the background, it is made smooth by rubbing with abrasive paper, and first coat is applied. Okay, so it will stick to the surface. So generally it is called as priming. So others are not necessary, it is for just information. First coat is appeared. Next is, after application of primer coat, you go for stopping. Stopping is nothing but rubbing that wood surface. Rubbing down the wood surface with pumice stone is called as stopping work. Process of rubbing the woodwork with pumice stone or glass or whatever, the glass or priming stone. After the priming coat is applied, it is called as stopping. And some places you require to apply the putty also. So like that, putty is applied, pumice stone is used to rub down, and stopping is completed. Okay. So how many steps we have seen? Four steps, no? First is preparing the surface, second is the knotting, third is the priming coat, fourth is the stopping. Okay, first four are completed. Next you are applying for undercoat. After the undercoat you are going for the finish coat. These are the six simple steps. Okay. In undercoat, what you are doing? Another coat of paint will come. That's all. Another coat of paint will come. After that, again you are using pumice stone to rub down that one. And later on you have final coat, which is very important. Final coat is applied after the undercoat. How many steps you have seen? First is preparing the background. Second is knotting. That means removing the knots. Third is applying the priming coat. Fourth is stopping with the pumice stone. Okay, fifth is undercoat, and again you are applying pumice stone. Last one is finish coat. Last one is the finishing coat. Okay, this is the simple steps. Very important. Painting on new woodwork. So painting on old woodwork, how, what is the procedure? Painting on old woodwork. So how they are given: before repainting the old work, the old paint having cracks and blisters should be removed. Old paint should be removed. How they can be applied? By applying the solvents and paint removers. Okay, so generally caustic soda in water, 1 kg of caustic soda in 5 liters of water is used as a solvent to remove the paint, or else you can use soft soap to remove that one. After that, again, when everything is removed, that washing soda, quicklime, everything is applied, that is removing the old paint. Later on you can go for again the pumice stone rubbing, and cleaned surface is again given 2 to 3 coats. So first is removing the old paint by using caustic soda and water solution or soft soap application. Okay, after removing the old paint, pumice stone or glass paper is used, and cleaning is done, and 2 to 3 coats of painting is done. 2 to 3 coats of painting is done. Okay, this is about painting on old woodwork. How to go for steel work? Painting on new iron and steel work. Painting on new iron and steel work. Iron and steel surfaces are painted to avoid rusting. Very, very important. First point is, as usual, the surface is cleaned. The surface is cleaned. In cleaning operation, everything will come. Okay, scraping will come, brushing will come, petrol cleaning will come, oil and grease is removed. Everything is cleaned. First is cleaning operation. Second is surface is treated with phosphoric acid. Surface is treated with phosphoric acid. Why it is used? To protect from rusting. To protect from rusting. Next, as usual, the primary coat or first coat is applied with brush. Applied with brush. After the priming coat, 2 coats or 3 coats spray gun is used or brush is used. How it is done? First, cleaning is done cleaning is done by washing with petrol or removing the loose material, dust, oil, grease, everything. Cleaning is done. Second is phosphoric acid is applied to protect it from rusting, and it will act as one adhesive surface. Third is primary coat or first coat is applied and given some time to dry. After that one, two or more undercoats are applied. Okay, this is that. Okay, so after the undercoat, final coat is applied. Like this, one by one coating or another coating is applied. So old work, how it is done? Old work, so repainting an old and steel work. The old painting is removed first. The old surface is cleaned first by applying soap. The soap water, all the grease, dust, scaling, everything is cleaned, old paint is removed, and after that primer work is applied, priming is done. Okay, removing the old paint and applying the new one. Very important, that is how to uh, what is the painting process for old work and new work. Old woodwork, new woodwork, new iron and steel work, and old steel work. Okay, next topic that we are going to discuss is defects in painting. So same type of things are whatever defects in plastering we have seen, no, similar types are here also. Blistering means what? Formation of bubbles. Formation of the bubbles under the paint. So these bubbles are generally water vapors trapped behind the painting surface. So this is called as blistering. Bloom. Bloom means what? Dull patches are formed on a polished surface. If dull patches are there, then it is called as bloom. Crawling or sagging. Crawling or sagging is nothing but application of too thick paint. If the paint thickness is large, then it is called as crawling. Fading means it is the shining is not there. Fading is loss of color of paint, gradual loss of color of paint due to the effect of sunlight. So that is called as fading. Flaking, we have seen, no. Flaking is loosening of paint material. Is called as loosening of some portion of the painted surface is called as flaking. Blistering, bubbles. Blooming, dull patches. Crawling, too thick. Fading, losing the paint. Flaking means loosening the painting material. Okay, these are defects in painting. Next type of concept, what is that? Varnishing. What do you mean by varnishing? Varnish is a solution of resins or resinous substances such as common resin, amber, so something like that, in alcohol or in turpentine. So resins in alcohol or turpentine are called as varnish. Okay, where it is applied? It is generally applied. Varnish is applied on wood surface. It is generally applied on wood surface. Why? What are the objectives? To intensify or to brighten the appearance of natural grains in wood, to make it more attractive, no? To give brilliancy to the painted surface, to protect the painted surface, to protect the unpainted wooden surface of door, window. Okay, so like that it will give protection, to make it more decorative and to make it more protective. So that is why it is given. So what are the characteristics of good varnish? It should dry very quickly and it should form the protective film, and that protective film should be very hard, tough, durable. Okay, tough and durable. The finished surface should be uniform in nature. It should be uniform in nature and it should give pleasing appearance. It should give pleasing appearance. It should exhibit a glossy surface. Have you already seen, no, doors and tables, they have given varnish touch, then they will appear as a glossy surface. Okay, it should not shrink, it should not show cracks, and sufficient elasticity should be present, and it should not fade. It should not fade. So what are the components in varnish? Generally you have resins, you have solvents, you have dryers. Three components you generally have: resins, dryers, and solvents. So already I think these things in paints we have seen, no? The resins are what? The resins, the resin substance, the generally used are shellac, resin, amber, mastic, gum. Okay, these are the things used in resins. Other things not generally used. Okay, no, just an additional information. The lac and shellac is obtained from trees. Okay, so or the pine trees. Solvents, what are the solvents? Solvents are nothing but vehicles, no, carriers or vehicles. Generally solvents are linseed oils, turpentine, spirit, wood, naphtha. Okay, these are the typical solvents. In these typical solvents, these are the resins used. First is resins, maybe natural, shellac, lac, okay, obtained from the tree or pine tree. Okay, so those resins are solved in solvents. What are the solvents? Solvents are the oils or spirits or turpentines. Like this, they are used. So in this linseed oil, amber is used. In the spirit, lac is used. In the turpentine, gum, dammer, like this, they are used. What are the dryers can be used here? Dryers are nothing but common dryers are copper and lead acetate. Copper and lead acetate. Common types of varnish: oil varnish if solvent is oil, spirit varnish if that is methyl acetate spirit is used, turpentine, water. So like this you have so many varnishes. Okay, oil varnish we have seen, no? So in this oil varnish, linseed oil is used as a solvent. Very important. Linseed oil is used as a solvent. These will dry very slowly, but it will give very good and durable surface. It will good and durable surface. In a spirit varnish or lacquers, what we have seen, no, methyl acetate spirit is used. Methyl acetate spirit is used as a solvent. They dry quickly. They dry quickly, but they are not durable. They are not durable. This dries slowly but strong. This will dry quickly, but it is not strong. Okay, so like this you can see. So you have turpentine varnishes. In that, turpentine is acts as a solvent. Okay, it is the cheaper. Main parameter is it is cheap. Water varnish means what? So it will dissolve the shellac in hot water. So dissolution of that resinous material in hot water is called as water varnish. It's called as water varnish. How it is application is done? As usual, very simple. Okay, as usual how it is done in painting. Preparation of the surface first, removing the knots, that is knotting, using the pumice stone and rubbing, it is called as stopping, and last one is coat of varnish. It's called as coat of varnish. Lastly, coat of varnish. Okay, no problem. What is distempers? Distempers are water paints. It's called as water paint. It consists of base, that is whiting or chalk, and a carrier. It consists of whiting or base and a carrier. These are called as water paints. These are called as water paints, distempers. Apart from that, it also consists binder and coloring pigments. Okay, so base, binder, coloring pigments. Okay, like that it will be continuous. How the processing is done? As usual, preparation of the surface is first. How the distempering is done? See, in plastering, in pointing, in painting, in varnishing, everywhere, in distempering also, everywhere first is preparation of the surface. What you will do? You will clean, whatever the dirt, dust, everything is there, no, you will remove that one. So that is what preparation of the surface, and making that dust free, rust free, washing with petroleum, whatever may be the thing, cleaning and making it suitable for the next coat, that is called as preparation of the surface. So cracks are filled, holes are filled, wiped cleanly, and outside walls should be given 3 to 6 months time, because they will absorb the paint. If they suddenly, if you apply the paint on the newly constructed wall, it will absorb the paint. So that is why 3 to 6 months time is given, so that moisture will not be there, so that moisture will not be there. So like that, preparation of the surface is done. And later, applying the prime coat. So applying the prime coat, giving some time for curing or some time for setting, and later on distempering is done. Later on distempering is done. So this is about what is that, distempering. Distempering are called as water paints. So they have base, vehicle, what is that, carrier, coloring pigments. So they will contain. So preparation of the surface, applying the primary coat, applying the final coat or coats of distemper. So generally it is done in 2 to 3 coats. Okay, like that. Until and unless the coat, previous applied coat is hard, you should not apply the next coat. Only after sufficient hardening you go for that one. Whitewashing and color washing are common things. Whitewashing and color washing of surface of it is necessary. It is necessary. Okay. For what condition? To maintain hygienic and aesthetic reasons. To give hygienic and aesthetic reason, you go for whitewashing and color washing. Okay. Procedure is same. Proper method for both preparation of the surface and you are applying the whitewash. In whitewash, you are using lime, you are using the lime. So generally it is commonly available, it will come in bags. That bags you will put it in water, mix it, and that is used for application. So that is called as whitewashing. Okay. So how it is done? Whitewashing and color washing. As usual, preparation of the surface. The preparation of the surface is what? Cleaning all the dirt, dust removing. Okay, any foreign matter is present, that is removed. Old surfaces are already whitewashed or color washed, should be broomed. Should be broomed. That is the first point. So what are the things? Cleaning operation, everything comes under preparation of the surface. So how they will do? By scraping with the steel scraper. By scraping with the steel scraper, everything is cleaned and removed. Okay. Later on, directly you are going for whitewashing. Whitewashing is nothing but what? Applying the fat lime. That fat lime will come in packets, no? So that is applied here. So the whitewash is applied with munch or other brush. Okay, other brush. So whatever generally 3 coats generally is applied. Okay, the operation, each coat consists of a stroke of a brush given from top down borders. So it will, from the top, the downward movement will be taking place. So like that, application of whitewash is done. Okay, first from top to bottom, and next layer from down to up, down to up. So like that it is continuously applied. Okay, so the before going for the next coat, first coat or the previous coat is made dry, then only you go for next coat. Color pigments are nothing but what? By adding the coloring pigment, by adding the coloring pigment, you generally go for color washing.